Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be another segment of Behind the Reviews, in which I'll be talking about dust. It's every collector's dilemma. Yep. And I do apologize. If you're looking for a Figma Pit or Dark Pit review, this is not it. And I think I forgot to review this. Oh well. But anyways, getting back to the topic. Yep, it's everyone's dilemma, and I've been asked about this before, especially those who've seen my collection video. They know how it is. If you have a lot of figures in display, they're dust magnets. There's a lot of dust. Yep, and I'm not a neat freak, which might be a good thing. Otherwise, I'll be just spending all day dusting off my stuff, and it's not gonna end. I have a lot of things in display. That said, I just basically made it to the point that when I take pictures or grab them off the shelf, that's when I dust them off. And sometimes maybe I'll even dust off the whole section. Just one part of the room though. I'm not gonna go ahead and dust off a whole shelf. I mean a whole section. Maybe just one row at a time, kind of like that. And I've done it in the past. It works sometimes. Sometimes you're just basically it's a lot of work, and yeah, sometimes I'm just lazy. Anyways, what I'm gonna be showing or demonstrating how to clean them off, it's not rocket science. You just have your normal things. But for those who are just curious, or maybe you have a better way of doing it, I've actually seen people who've actually give their figures a bath, maybe with some lukewarm water and some mild soap. I've seen that. I don't go to that extent. I just usually just wipe off the dust. But sometimes the dust sticks there, and that's when you kind of want to have a wet rag. Well, in this case, I'm using a wet paper towel and a dry one right here. I also like using this one here. It's microfiber. It works well, has a lot of surface area, and it's easy to clean. You just vacuum this one, and it works quite well. Another thing with dust is mildew or what do you call molds, and it really depends on where you live. I live in somewhat of a humid area. Well, I live in California. Sometimes it's humid, and I have there's a lot of fog in my area, so you just can't help it. And it's one of those that you really have to take care of your figures. You gotta really clean them up, otherwise the mold or whatever it is could just mess up the paint, or could get in to the plastic. So we'll see how this goes for this one, because I have these guys on display for years since I got them. I got them when they're released, so I can't remember when that is. Yep. Anyways, I got two of them here. I got Pit and Dark Pit. They're Figmas. And I already wiped off the Figma stand here, which worked out quite well. And if you look at Pit here, I got some cobwebs there. Yep, and sometimes I'm not even surprised seeing a dead spider somewhere. Well, I get to the point that I'm not gonna make my room bug-free. It's just not gonna happen. Every time you open that window, every time you left your door open, there's bugs. I just gotta deal with them. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. So typically what I would do, let's start with Dark Pit here. I'm just gonna take them off piece by piece if I can do that. And certain parts of this, like this, you kind of see the dust that just settled in there. Sometimes I can get away with just wiping them off like this, which works well for the most part. And sometimes you just gotta be really delicate. But sometimes it does settle quite. Yeah, and that's when you kind of use the wet rag. So here we go. Oh, we're just gonna keep doing this. This might not be the exciting thing, but you know, it has to be done. All right. And yeah, just look at the dust cell on that forearm. So this is not bad, actually. I've had some figures where, yeah, it could be worse. Now this is where it's kind of hard, and I always have this. My sister gave me this makeup brush. It's good for dusting off. Sometimes it gets it, sometimes it doesn't. Like this one, even if you dust off that forearm, there's still dust in there. So you need a good scrubbing, or just mild scrubbing. Again, you don't want to go crazy and start rubbing off or scratching the figure. And you can see some of the dust settling in. But again, I like this thing because you can just vacuum it off. There we go. And definitely, if you're allergic to dust, wear a dust mask. Luckily, I'm not. Or maybe not yet, but yeah. So I still got some on that shoulder there. Sometimes it gets to the corner. It's hard to... Sometimes you just gotta keep doing it. Or I mean, just keep scrubbing. And sometimes that's when you want to kind of use some water. Yeah, this is just a damp. Yep. Oh, something's kind of weird. There's peg holes here. Huh. I'm looking at my pit here. He has that too. Is there something connected on that? I can't quite remember. Oh, it's been a while since I have this figure. Alright, so just right, I think he's for the most, well, actually this bottom part is not clean yet. For the most part, he's getting there. Yeah, the worst thing that you can do is grab a figure full of dust and take pictures. I've seen that happen, and that sucks. It really does disservice to your figure, not to mention your credibility, and it just shows how lazy a person is taking pictures of the very dusty figures. So yeah, I've seen that happen. It's ridiculous. Alright, so this dark pit is ready. There we go. It's actually a nice figure. Alright, so let's start with let's continue with pit here. I keep saying start. Alright, so likewise, take off the stand here. Just dust it off. There we go. It's nice. Yeah, very straightforward. Yeah. Almost like it's new. Alright, so this part is a little bit tricky, so best probably take that off. And when you have circles like that, I think this is the part we can take this off too, but I'm just gonna leave it there. Maybe just run those bristles through that. And they seems to be working. Maybe I should just start doing my vlogs on this. Like, when I'm dusting up my figures, talk about something else. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Probably not. Anyways, that's clean. For the most part. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so we got the... There we go. Look at that hair. Oh, jeez. Yeah, probably remove this too. The front, yeah, that's kind of stuck there, but that's kind of what you want to be careful too. Like this little lick of hair there. Well, as much as possible, I want to use this because it sticks here, or even just using a damp rag. It kind of gets the dust to stick on there. Not, yeah, if it's dry, if you keep doing this, it will just float in the air. It might go to another figure. Alright, so making good progress. Yeah, these are not bad. I think when I was dusting up my Play Arts guy, that's when it gets in there pretty bad. Yeah, it looks really nice now. Got that dust off. Actually, there is still some there. And that's when you want your wet. Gonna wipe off whatever that is. Sometimes I find that whatever I'm wiping off, it's color green. Sometimes it's blue. I don't even know what they are. Like a different microcosm living in your figures. Maybe yellow, red, I don't know. Maybe yeah, it might be interesting what they are. It may be not a good thing to know either. Well, it probably just makes me more paranoid. Probably I'm growing some kind of new strain of dust or some microbial thing. Well, hopefully they're not gonna grow some mushrooms in. We don't want that. We don't want mushrooms in our figures. That's really bad. But yeah, I would say dust off your figures whenever you get a chance. I mean, it doesn't take long. I mean, I'm already, it's like 10 minutes already, but yeah, put some care on them. And I think probably that's another reason why I've seen people keep their figures inside a box. They don't want to deal with the dust. And that's understandable. But at the same time, I think figures are best when they're out. So just looking at the Figma joint, there it's a little different color. And I think for the most part, as long as you don't put them in direct sunlight, I think you're fine. You're not gonna get a discolored figure. I haven't had have it happen yet when it got discolored because of dust or whatever is growing in them. Never happened yet, and hopefully not. Anyways, yeah, I think I got him back. So let's put this on carefully. There we go. And put him back on the stand. Now I got both of the pits nice and clean for the most part. I mean, I'm not gonna go ahead and disinfect them. Again, I'm not going to that craziness of being too neat or too clean. As long as I get the dust off them, I think that should be fine. Anyways, I got these two. Probably take some pictures, post it on Facebook. There we go. And hopefully you get something out of this. I know it's something silly, it's a silly topic, but it's something that crosses every collector's mind. How do you deal with dust? And whether you just accept what it is and you just deal with it when the opportunity comes, or you just let it get into you and prevent you from enjoying your figures. Meaning that you just leave your figures inside the box or stashed away. Which I think is not the best way to go about it. Anyways, that's about it for this video. Hope you guys like it. And let me know if you have any topics that you want me to discuss about. And that's about it. So until then, this is Meats. Thanks for watching.